contingencies. Alan here. So today I'm rocking my Pistelle X-68 again. So I reconfigured her using just my MCS stainless steel 4.5 inch threaded barrel. Okay, this is the barrel that's a 685 for stainless steel, but I kind of honed it out a little bit so that I could get these 685 8-gram Joules to run down the barrel just fine, right? So I got a good, nice, snug bore fit with these AR Tactical 8-gram Joules, okay? These weigh in at about 8.2 grams each. They are a 685, okay? And yeah, so we're gonna, I got the Home Defense 24 short rear ASA, and I have it plugged off, and we're gonna shoot a 12 gram and see how many shots we get with the 8-gram Joules. I have one of these, a factory mag with a extension on it, also from MCS, and this allows me to put 2 more rounds in here. So now I have a total of 8 of the 8-gram Joules in here, and we'll see if we get all 8 of these off. Not quite sure, you know, we may only get 5 or 6, depending, because of this additional expansion that we have in here. I am running my homemade spacer mod, the Birdcage, aka Birdcage spacer mod. I am running that in here, and I'm still testing a newer 13 millimeter by 1.5 millimeter inner Birdcage O-ring. Okay, so that's been running pretty good for me so far, and so I'm continuing to test that. The other day I did have a little bit of a leak, so I changed out my pin O-ring, my 011. I had some mileage on that one that I had been testing for quite a few weeks, and putting quite a few rounds actually through it. So I ended up replacing that one, and it seemed to resolve a little bit of a slow leak that I was having. Of course, I didn't see anything physically wrong with it, but sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Yeah, so that's it. So we're going to shoot it like this, without anything on just the 4.5 inch barrel. And then after that, I'm going to add the MCS Reaper suppressor that does not suppress sound, okay? But it does increase your feet per second, okay? So we'll take 5-6 shots, maybe 8 if we can get them all off at this with the 8 grams. And then I'll switch out the 12-gram cartridge, CO2. We'll put a fresh one in there, and we'll try it with the Reaper. Okay? We'll see how this configuration works for us. Now, I am using, I did replace my quick puncture cap degasser combo that I had, because I had one that was leaking. Even though I oil it frequently, it's just, there was quite a bit of mileage on it. So I replaced it with one from Salt Supply, again getting a really good tip from Sean over at Less Lethal for Dummies. So for the cost of one puncture cap, I got 2. So I got a new one on here. It's been working pretty good, and I got a new one on my Intrabuster Gen 2 as well. So anyway, so it was quite a value at 20 bucks a piece. It's too bad the shipping ain't free, but yeah, what are you gonna do? All right, let's gas it up. Also, I'm running the same Solofish green laser on here. That's the only aiming device that I have on the gun. Okay, on the marker. All right, let's see. Let's gas it up. All right. So that quick puncture worked great. The sound you want to hear is no sound, right? So other than it gassing up and the bolt activation, thing looks good. Also, I'm running those new 5 millimeter ceramic balls for detents. Okay, I'm still running those, testing those, putting them through a trial, and I'll probably pull them out and inspect them, you know, maybe in a week or so, and see how they're wearing. But so far as I can tell, they seem to be working pretty good. So, all right, she's unloaded. I got the freestanding cranny there set up, so as long as I don't blast the daylights out of it, which I've been known to do, hopefully she'll be working okay. And I do need to get around to changing the wires on it. I got one that you might even be able to see it from here. That's really bent. Probably why it doesn't always read. But anyways, I got to get around to fixing that. All right, so we are gassed up. And like I said, I have 8 of these 8-gram Joules in here. Being optimistic, but again, if I get 5 or 6, I think traditionally that's about what I get out of this. But I want to see with that Birdcage mod that I made, possibly the increased consistencies we may see that maybe I can get off another round or 2 that I don't normally shoot. So that's what I'm hoping for. All right, anyways, let's load them in here. Okay, so that's the extended mag. All right, that's what she looks like. Okay, with the Home Defense 24 capped off rear ASA, the 4.5 inch barrel, threaded barrel. And let's turn the laser on and see what we get. All right. We'll see how loud it is without the, not running HPA, so, or else I definitely would be wearing air protection, but we'll see how loud it is. All right, so this is magazine 1, 8-gram Joules, 12-gram in the handle, and 4.5 inch stainless steel barrel. Pistelle X-68, shot 1. 381.9 feet per second, 381.9, and goodness, my ears are ringing. So I am gonna put this down carefully and put some ear protection on. Woo! Even on CO2, that thing is loud. All right. 381, I think I got. All right, everything seems to be all right. Shot number 2. Actually, I got a dead trigger. Dead trigger, that is not good. Why do I have a dead trigger? Let's see. I doubt I got a jam, ball ammunition, but magazine looks fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's one in the breech. Looks like it probably jammed. I think I got a jam there. Man, I hate it when that happens. It's seldom that you get a jam on a ball ammo, but it is possible. It does happen. But now I'm going to have to waste CO2 for that. I'm not thrilled about that. I gotta say, I'm not thrilled. Yeah. Unless I can free it somehow. But, you know, that gets a little hairy. And with my luck, I'm not going to do that. So we're going to degas. And I can hear the bolt, feel the bolt kick back. All right, what a waste of CO2. One shot and I get a jam. You know? If I was a braver guy, I would have stuck that wooden paint handle in there and tried to get that jam to free up. But I don't know. My luck isn't always that great. So, all right. Well, we got the first shot off. I think I'm gonna take a look at that that one that jammed on me, and see if I can see anything on it. Ooh, nice puncture though. Nice puncture. Yeah, guys, sometimes it happens. You know, sometimes you get a jam, not just on shaped ammo, but sometimes you'll get them on ball ammo. However, usually less frequent. I don't see anything wrong with this round. I don't see a thing wrong with this. You know? It's been a while since I've used this magazine, unless it just failed to to push it through. So I'm going to leave this out anyways. Yeah, I don't think it's the ball. I'm not going to worry about the ball. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm just going to run 6 in here. Maybe there was a feeding issue with this magazine. Could have been. If it doesn't push it all the way up into the breech properly, then sometimes the bolt will just jam on it. So we're going to run 6 here. I'm going to put a new CO2 in. And then I'm going to repeat this, and then I'm going to have to pause the video to get another CO2, okay? Because I only brought down 1 extra CO2 with the hopes of being able to shoot off 5 or 6 of these, swap them out, put the Reaper on, do another 5 or 6 and see what we get. So we'll do it that way. That's all. We'll do it that way. All right, got a little bit of multi-use synthetic oil here by Super Lube. Put a couple drops on this cartridge. Don't need to go hog wild, but we'll put a couple drops on there. And then we'll put a quick puncture by Salt Supply back in here, which worked out really good. Had a very nice puncture at half the price. All right, we're gonna air it up, gas it back up here. Let's see. We'll try it again. Sounds good. All right, I got 6 of the 8 grams in here now. I originally had 8. Shot 1, and then the one that jammed, I discarded that over here, put it aside. We'll just run these 6. Matter of fact, here is the one, because it came back out of the box. That's the one that I did shoot. Looks good. Didn't see anything wrong with that round, so maybe it's a possibility my spring tension, it just wasn't feeding right. So it's been a while since I used this. I've been using my drum mag a lot. All right, so we got 6 more of these 8 grams. We're aired up. Let me put that ear protection back in. And we'll see what we get here. And then, like I said, I'll have to cut it. You won't notice too much. And I'll just, I'll get another CO2. Because I do want to do a little comparison between no Reaper with the 8 gram and also with that modded Birdcage or spacer. All right, so we already have 1 round, 1 shot off. We got 6 in here loaded now. So this will be shot number 2 on a fresh CO2. So maybe we'll just start over here. We'll just call it shot number 1, I guess. We won't invest too much in that first shot then. All right, shot number 1, 8 gram. (368.3 feet per second). Shot number 2. 359.6 feet per second. Shot number 3. 351.1 feet per second. Shot number 4. 342.9 feet per second. Shot number 5. 337.2 feet per second. Shot number 6. Should be the last one. 319.8 feet per second. So that was 6 on this CO2. I still have trigger pressure. So let me load 2 more in. Everything ran fine that time. Maybe I had something going on with forcing 8 in there where that spring wasn't coming up enough. Because everything ran really good. So I'm going to add just 2 more and see if we get 2 more. If we do, then with this configuration, you can say that you'd be getting 8. So there's no way we're going to get more than 8. So, all right. So I got two more in here of the 8 gram Joules. And so this is going to be shot number 7. 252.6, very weak. And shot number 8. Nope, Didn't have enough pressure, for sure. All right, so we got 7. That last one was pretty weak. And not bad. 7 shots. I knew I was probably only going to get 6 good, strong shots anyways. Yeah, man, give it back to me. Those new detents. Oh, I see what happened. The bolt didn't have enough to fire, but it did actually push the ball just like halfway in between the detents, so it's kind of just sitting in there. So let me push that the rest of the way out. We're out of gas, so we're out of gas. There's no pressure back here because I can unscrew this cap very easily, so I know it's not under pressure. For safety reasons, good idea to do that. I have seen some guys degas and have some gas left in here and get a little surprised trying to clear a jam. So, you know, if you can unscrew this at all, it's not under pressure. So, I think it's those new detents. I need better lighting is what I need down here. Where'd the ball go? It's in the barrel. It's in the barrel. It's in the barrel. Anyways, I'm going to cut it here and I'll be back in a few moments after I get another CO2. See you in a jiffy. All right, and I'm back. Whew, that was fast. Got me another Umarix, a Umarix 12-gram cartridge. These have been working out pretty good for me. All right. So that gave us a little bit of time for the gun to warm up a little bit anyways, right? Marker to warm up. So we're going to drop. That wasn't too bad. I got to say, that was pretty good. We got 7 shots. Okay? Not quite 8, but she tried. But we got 7. All right, so we're going to drop a fresh cartridge down there, and we're going to give it a couple more lubrications here. A little bit more super lube. Okay? Best thing you can do, couple drops of silicone, good quality silicone lubricant. Doesn't have to be super lube. That's what I use. Been using that for a while now. Haven't had a reason not to. But a couple drops on each cartridge will basically go a long way to keep those O-rings lubricated properly. All right, and this Salt Supply quick puncture degasser worked great. Nice solid puncture on that CO2, on both of the other CO2s. All right, no leaks. Everything looks good there. All right, so this time what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat the test, okay? Since I know I'm only gonna get 7 shots most, and I had that weird little problem with shot number 2. I think the spring on this didn't quite push up that second ball into the breech fully, which caused it to jam. Because of that, I don't need to put 8 in here anyways. I'm not going to get 8, okay? I only got 7. So what I did was, instead of loading 8 in here, I only loaded 7, okay? In hopes that I don't have an issue again with that jam. All right, and I can feel it. I can, you know. All right, they're coming up just fine. It was pretty tight pushing that last number, 8 round in here. It was pretty tight, so feels like it's moving a little freer now. So we'll go with the 7 rounds. And of course, the whole point is we want to put on our MCS Reaper Suppressor. Okay, Reaper Suppressor. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I love this thing. I love it. Not only does it look good, but for a mock suppressor, because of its overbore size, it causes a condition where there's, I think it's described as like a less back pressure or something, where it just allows that round to come out much faster. So I've been seeing like anywhere from 8 to 12 joule increase using this, okay? So we'll see what we get on this configuration, because that's varied a lot based on air source that I was using or length of the barrel. Okay, but this you know, for a mock suppressor that actually helps out and increases your feet per second, your velocity, it's pretty nice, right? It's pretty nice. I'll tell you guys, I'll tell you, with this Pistelle X-68, for me, it was love at first sight. It really was. I love this gun. I love it. I love it so much. I'm not afraid to say that. I'm not afraid to share with you guys. You know, like I said the other day, never come between a man and his marker. There's just, it's true love right here. Yeah, it's good. And I know, because you guys told me afterwards, you're not ashamed either. You love your markers, right? And what is there not to love about the Pistelle X-68? It's probably the best darn marker out there, I gotta say. Anyways, and you could do so much with these, you know? And it still comes in cheaper than a burner, right? All right, so we're aired up, or gassed up, I should say, right? Did I gas this up? No, I didn't. Okay. See, I'm talking all this love, all this mushy gushy stuff. I forget to gas the thing up. All right, let's gas this beast up. All right. It's okay. It sounds all right. All right, before we load those 6 rounds in there, let me put my ear protection on, because as I found out, this bad girl, she noisy. Even on CO2, she'll ring your ears, especially where I am right here. It's like a, yeah, it's like a chamber over here. One of these days I gotta get around to putting some sound dampening material up. So my buddy James North tells me all the time, put some stuff up. So, and then maybe you won't hear it outside when I'm shooting. The wife tells me all the time, it's so loud even in the basement that, you know, sometimes the neighbors are like, what was that? But it kind of sounds like it's in the distance, you know. They don't think it's coming from here, which is good. All right, so we are gassed up. We have 7 rounds, another 7. We're using the same ammo, which is the 8 gram or 8.2 gram AR Tactical Joules. Okay, these are 6.85 ammunition. That's the size. We're gonna load up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. All right, so the only difference is we're running the Reaper suppressor this time. Okay, we'll see what we get for a bump. All right, I'm gonna be calling out the feet per second as I shoot. All right, Reaper suppressor, 4.5 inch barrel, 8 gram Joules, 12 gram CO2 in the handle. Shot 1. 439 feet per second. And I got a little auto fire with that. That was kind of strange. 435, I think I said it was. All right, shot number 2. .4 feet per second. Shot number 3. 381.9 feet per second. Shot number 4. 339.9 feet per second. Actually hear a leak. Shot number 5, I think it is. 178.2. That's laughable. That just came. All right. All right, so that wasn't the best of tests. That first shot or 2 might give us some usable data, but it looks like I had some kind of a problem with the O-ring. Had that weird auto fire. Yeah. We's a leaking. We's a leaking something. I'm gonna have to pull it apart and check and see what's going on. Like I said, I've been kind of testing a new inner birdcage O-ring. These 011s I've been using, these urethanes, have been running really good for me. But I did change one because of that leak I had the other day. And it was fine the last test. But I'll have to pull it apart and check. Hopefully I think we got a couple shots anyways on the chrono, so you know, some numbers so we can compare. At least that first shot, you know, I can compare that first shot with the first shot without the Reaper and, you know, see what the difference is on it. Let's see. You know, always when I'm trying to do a smooth test that I got to have a darn leak, you know. Thank goodness that this gun is the easiest gun to change O-rings in. It's a good thing. Let's check our puncture, and then I guess we'll call it quits. And I'll have to take this to the office and see what's going on with it. Yeah, we got another good puncture there. No complaints. No complaints. All right, so that is the X-68, the Pistelle X-68, with and without the Reaper suppressor. Okay, I'll update the video with the Joules. Thank you for watching, and give the video a like. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Why not? You know, send some love my way, guys. Send some love. Can't just all be about my love for my Pistelle. Send some love to the channel, and if you haven't subscribed, I would ask you, why not? Go ahead and subscribe for more less lethal content. Peace out, brothers.